You know, when I was first starting out painting, people would ask me, what's your style? What's your style? And I had no idea what my style was. I didn't really even understand what that meant. Do I have to pick a certain way to paint? No, you can't choose your style. Not really, any more than you can choose your handwriting. You might favor a more fancy handwriting or a more block style handwriting. You might gravitate toward that for one reason or another, and it's the same way with painting. If you go through several museums and you look at art and you find yourself drawn to a certain particular kind, something you really appreciate, if you're an artist, you will probably start trying to paint in a similar style. You may take several different artists' paintings that you like and say, I really like the photorealism of this one, but I really like the abstract of this other one. I guess I'm sort of right in between the two. And before you know it, if you look at a collection of your paintings after you have painted for several years, you will see that you have a style. Everyone does. So don't concentrate on creating a style, because that's not always authentic. Just be genuine to yourself. I'll give you an example. I know my daughter is not really into, let's just say, photorealistic painting. She's probably not even into representational that much. She likes abstract, she likes surrealism, she likes expressionism. My husband, on the other hand, likes absolute photorealism. He likes to see every little line. He can't believe it's a painting, it's not a photograph. And a lot of times he looks at pencil drawings because they have such fine little detail. He's amazed by them. Most artists can't get that kind of realism unless they go layer by layer with teeny tiny little one-hair brushes to make the hairs that are just touching the top of the head in the sunlight. That's not really my style. I see nothing wrong with it. I'm amazed by it. I'm amazed that anybody could spend that much time on one painting. It would drive me crazy. So I've spent weeks on a painting, believe me, but not that kind of detail. I am an impressionistic painter. I enjoy some expressionism. I enjoy some abstract, especially if it reminds me of the water or the mountains or some prairie or something. It represents something to me, not just splashes of color. But what I'm really drawn to is representational impressionism, not a complete painting. In other words, maybe parts of it are not completely detailed. Maybe you can finish the painting when you look at it and say, that reminds me of this place. But if I put every little tiny thing in it, including the name of the store and the street sign, now you can't say, oh yeah, I guess that's that place, not the place I was thinking of. I want you to be able to look at it, and I want you to draw from it, and I want it to remind you of something special. This certain barn that you might have seen, a little white house similar to this one, a flower that might have been in your backyard. But for that reason, I like you to complete the painting. And I feel drawn to paintings that I can almost walk into and then let my imagination finish the painting. So that's my style of art. I didn't go out to create that, but that is what I'm very drawn to. So everybody has something that attracts them and that they are drawn to, and after a while, if they look at their body of work, they will realize whether they're painting landscapes, whether they're painting portraits, or no matter what they're painting, that they sort of gravitate to a certain style. And you will too. So don't worry so much about making a style. I've seen people who just go out to try to copy Monet and they paint dot, 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 just like he did. They're not going blind. They don't even know why they're doing it. They're just doing it because he did it and they think it looks pretty. That's not authentic. Paint for a reason. Paint the way you paint for a reason. Pick someone if you want to emulate, and then later you might grow out of them and maybe try emulating somebody else. I was enamored with Bob Ross. Laugh if you want to, but I thought he was amazing when I was young. Oh my God, he painted a whole painting in 20 minutes. I can't believe anybody could do that. And then as I got older and realized maybe I want to do something a little bit more, maybe I want to, I don't know, mature as an artist. But he got me started. Well, my mom really got me started. Watching her paint was amazing to me. But when I watched him, I thought, oh, wow, look how easy it is. It gives you the encouragement to start. It's a place to begin. But maybe for you, it might not be a place to end. It certainly wasn't for me. So anyway, enjoy what you do every single day. Learn something else. Before you know it, you'll have a whole body of work that you can be proud of. Well, I've got the dehydrator going. Not only am I making some fruit roll-ups, I'm making some kale chips, some tomatoes that are sliced, and some zucchini. The microwave is on, and I'm probably going to blow my circuit out because I'm making one tiny potato for myself. I'm starving because I can't wait long enough for my salmon to defrost. And I'm also going to make a little bit of zucchini soup. So there's my Instant Pot heating up on saute, and I'm going to put a little oil in there, get this zucchini cut up with some onion, and then throw a potato in there and some water, a little curry, salt and pepper, and get this baby rocking. Okay, I sauteed my zucchini and onion. First the onion, then threw the zucchini in after a little while, and then I threw the potatoes in. It's 2 zucchinis, half an onion, and 1 large potato. Then I threw in some curry powder, some cumin, some ground ginger, and some turmeric. Forgot my ginger, put the ginger in. Okay, now I'm going to deglaze the bottom. First with just a little bit of water. So I can get all that off there. Hard to do with one hand as usual because the Instant Pot likes this top thing to spin around, which is kind of annoying. I don't know why. In their newer model, it doesn't have that. Other than that, I love this pot. Okay, I'm going to put the rest of the water in, which was 2 cups of water. I add a little bit of chili powder, and then I'm going to grind a little salt and pepper, put this on, and let it cook for I don't know how long, to be honest with you. I have to take a wild guess. It's going to be between 10 and 20 minutes. I'll let you know when it's all finished. This is almost ready to open. I only put it on 10 minutes. We'll see if that was enough. Zucchini is very soft, and it was already sauteed. So I have a feeling that's going to be enough for this soup. It doesn't take long to pressure a soup like this. I'm going to add a little bit of almond milk to it to make it feel a little creamier. This is a vegetarian soup for me, so I didn't add any real butter or any real dairy. But I think it's going to be just delicious the way it is. I have an immersion blender here that I'm going to be using. I keep waiting for this to break. I've had it since I was about 21 years old, and I am almost 64 right now. But it never breaks. As my sister showed me, there's no guard on it. I realized that. The old days, you just braved it out. But it works great. So as long as it keeps going, I will keep using it. If you care anything about your clothes, put on a nice little apron of some kind, because this is probably going to splash. You can put this in a regular blender if you want to. But being as hot as it is kind of dangerous. It can shoot out of the top. Okay, I'm going to shut this off in a second, but I just want to show you. This is how I start. And it thickens right up. I'll do this until I get it nice and creamy. Might not even need any almond milk. We'll see. Okay. I'll put a tiny bit of almond milk, a little bit of butter in there. You could add oil if you like, olive oil, any kind you like. It all depends on the flavor you're looking for. Okay, I'm gonna take a little sample here. I can already smell it's gonna be good. I've made this several times. You can put little shaved toasted almonds on top with a drizzle of olive oil on the top of it, but since it's just my lunch, I'm not gonna be so fancy. Just love the zucchini. And all the little herbs that are in there make it feel like a healthy soup for some reason. It's really yummy. I taste the cumin and the ginger and the curry. It's a very good flavor in combination with the zucchini. Very good. I hope you try it. Just a side note, you know, I don't always give you the ingredients in the recipe down to the last little increment of how much you have to put in there because, number one, you might not like that ingredient and you don't have to add that. And you might like more or less. I hardly ever make anything the same way twice. But I remembered this recipe from some time back when I made it. There's a couple of things I added this time that I didn't add last time. So be, you know, experimental and willing to taste things that you haven't tasted before. If you hear something in there like, oh, turmeric, I don't know what that is. I don't want to make the recipe. I don't have that. Or I don't like curry, so I'm not going to make that soup. Well, then leave the curry out. Just put the turmeric in. It has very little flavor, but it'll make it nice and yellow. Try things that are different. You will be so surprised that you will begin to love different flavors that you've never had before. And don't be so dependent on the exact amounts. Taste it. That hardly has any salt in it. You can use chicken stock to start this if you want to, instead of pouring water in. But if you do, and you use salted stock, then don't put any salt in your actual pot on top of the vegetables. You can put more chili powder if you like it spicy, or chili flakes. So you try, and you know the taste of food that you like. You combine those flavors together, you can make almost anything your own.